There is so much fear and frenzy right now having to do with the DOJ selling $6.5 billion worth of Bitcoin. The fear is okay, but it is misplaced. Quick little teaser on this video. MicroStrategies alone in 2024, November, one purchase bought $5 billion worth of Bitcoin. So this is what I just posted in my Patreon. If you're at all concerned about this news, about the DOJ dumping their Bitcoin on the market, it's not accurate in my opinion, and here's why. There's a lot of fear and frenzy going on right now that the DOJ has the authorization to sell almost $7 billion worth of Bitcoin. Let's look at history to validate or invalidate this fear. Teaser, MicroStrategy alone bought $5.4 billion worth of Bitcoin in just November. $7 billion is not a huge amount in the grand scheme of things. That's less than 0.33% of Bitcoin's entire market cap. Back to the main idea. Historically, when the DOJ or related agencies like the U.S. Marshals sell seized Bitcoin, they typically do so in a systematic and structured manner, rather than just dumping it all on Coinbase and sending everyone's prices to zero. That's not what they do, okay? They do it in a systematic manner, and this approach minimizes market disruption and ensures a controlled liquidation process. Key examples when we go through history, 2014 and 2015, the Silk Road auctions. The DOJ auctioned Bitcoin seized from the Silk Road marketplace in batches over several rounds rather than just selling it all at once. These buyers included institutions and high net worth individuals. One-time auctions. Other government sales of Bitcoin have involved pre-announced auctions where interested parties can bid on specified lots. For the reported $6.5 billion worth of Bitcoin, the DOJ is likely to follow a similar systematic approach using both private auctions for institutional buyers and gradual sales to avoid price volatility. This ensures that the sale is executed transparently and minimizes the impact on the broader cryptocurrency market. We are experiencing fear right now at kind of the crux of a recent pullback, so everyone's looking for reasons to validate their fears, and I don't personally find them validated. So this is the historical approach and hopefully will alleviate some fear that many people are experiencing. Additionally, 2024, in November, MicroStrategy alone purchased $5 billion worth of Bitcoin in just November of 2024. That's almost the exact same amount. That's just one single company alone and individually. And there is so much more institutional buying coming around with Trump's pro-crypto plans. Here are my thoughts, right now, not financial advice. Nothing I say is financial advice. This could age terribly, all right? But I would personally avoid leverage in times of uncertain market directions. I deeply hold the conviction that these markets are being set for Trump's inauguration. And if you can zoom out just 1 to 2 months from now, come February, none of this will matter at all. We have the most pro-crypto administration. I believe that the markets are being set for what he is about to do. I believe that when he comes to office, he's going to make the most astounding remarks within the first couple months of his presidency. That's just going to flip the switch for the whole world to jump into crypto further. That's not hopium. That's what I truly believe is going to happen. So my plan right now is just to hold and chill, y'all. This is just some fear that's circulating. It's not a big amount in the grand scheme of things, and there's systematic procedures that these institutions have to follow when it comes to selling their crypto. They don't just dump it all on Coinbase and Kraken and send everything to zero. They often allow this crypto to go up for auction. That's kind of how the government works. One other thing I want to share with you, changing gears just a little bit. What we also see going on right now is this is the blue line, this 50 SMA. It is so normal and healthy in cryptocurrency bull runs for Bitcoin to come down and hit the 50 SMA. But what's really unique about this chart is that this is the futures. This is the CME futures Bitcoin. All of the other Bitcoins, your Bitcoin USDT pairs, your Bitcoin USDC pairs, they've lost the blue line. Right now, what we're seeing is finally the very first touch, the very first correction, the very first test of this 50 SMA. This blue line has happened today. And even when we zoom in, we didn't really quite get it. So something else that I posted in my Patreon is that, hey, this is probably where we're going to see a bounce. We finally come down, we hit it, we'll probably bounce. If we don't, we might see a very short-term fake out right around this blue area. And this might be the trigger that sends fear throughout the markets to try and get us down just a little bit deeper before we head up. That is personally the conviction that I hold what's going on in the markets. I don't think that this is a big news event. I remember this coming up a few years ago and people got scared about it, but really that's not how these sales of government seized Bitcoin typically work. They don't just try and destroy markets with it. That being said, we might have a little short-term couple week correction leading up to the inauguration. So expect some volatility, but personally, I'm not worried about this at all. I'm holding, I'm chilling. I think that come February, none of this is going to matter. We're seeing so many positive green lights being put out there. I believe that Trump is going to come out with a massive announcement very early on into his presidency having to do with pro-crypto regulations, perhaps zero tax, perhaps something else for anything else that's headquartered in the US. I think that the stage is being set right now, and that this is just a little fear thing that trends on social media because we're always looking for reasons to be afraid in cryptocurrency. Many of us, we've been scarred before, and this is one of those triggers that makes us a little fearful. That being said, I believe that the actual fear was the liquidation flush and correction that we had a couple weeks back. This is just kind of the final tail end of it before we head higher. This could age terribly well, and that's why this is not financial advice. But what I would encourage you to do is join the Patreon, because I post 10 times more there than I do on YouTube, and you get valuable information that will help you navigate this incredibly volatile world of cryptocurrency. So please like and subscribe. Thank you for watching. I'm not worried. I don't think you should be either. But we'll see. Maybe this will age terribly, and that's why it's not financial advice. Have a wonderful day.